The auctioneer's gavel falls in January of 2023, and a 1959 Cadillac Eldorado Biarritz convertible sells for $1.2 million. The crowd erupts in applause. Chrome gleams under auction house lights. Tail fins stretch toward the ceiling like cathedral spires, and bidders crane their necks to glimpse automotive royalty. This machine represents more than transportation. It embodies an entire era's vision of American excellence. Yet across town, at a contemporary Cadillac dealership, salespeople struggle to move inventory. Luxury sedans sit untouched beneath fluorescent lights, their modern designs failing to inspire the reverence commanded by their ancestors. The disconnect seems impossible. How does a brand once synonymous with achievement become a cautionary tale? How does the company that literally gave its name to excellence, the Cadillac of its category, lose the very essence it created? The answer reveals itself not in boardroom decisions or marketing campaigns, but in the broader transformation of American industry itself. Cadillac's journey mirrors the nation's own trajectory through the 20th century. Breathtaking innovation giving way to comfortable dominance, then complacency, crisis, and the desperate search for redemption. This is a story that begins with revolution. A mechanic named Henry Leland who refused to accept good enough, who built precision into every component, who transformed luxury from European privilege into American birthright. It travels through decades of cultural supremacy, where owning a Cadillac meant you had arrived, and it arrives at a present moment where the brand faces its greatest challenge, proving that a name built on yesterday's dreams can still matter in tomorrow's world. Detroit, 1902. While most American automobiles rattled apart after a few hundred miles, Henry Leland stood in his machine shop holding a micrometer, measuring tolerances to 1/10,000th of an inch. The precision toolmaker had built his reputation manufacturing engines for Oldsmobile, but he harbored larger ambitions. When investors approached him to liquidate a failed car company called Detroit Automobile, Leland made a counterproposal. Let him build something extraordinary instead. He named it Cadillac, after the French explorer who founded Detroit. The choice was deliberate. European luxury had long dominated the market, but Leland believed American engineering could surpass it through precision rather than prestige alone. In 1908, Cadillac demonstrated something revolutionary at the Royal Automobile Club in London. 3 cars were completely disassembled, their parts scrambled together in a pile, then reassembled with components chosen at random. All 3 vehicles started perfectly and completed a 500-mile reliability run. The feat earned the Dower Trophy, awarded for the most significant advancement in automotive engineering. Interchangeable parts, the foundation of modern manufacturing, transformed luxury automobiles from handcrafted rarities into reliable machines. But Leland's greatest innovation arrived in 1912. The Model 30 Touring featured the first electric self-starter, eliminating the dangerous hand crank that had killed and injured countless drivers. Engineering perfection wasn't merely elegant, it was humane. By 1909, General Motors had acquired Cadillac, recognizing that Leland had created something more valuable than transportation. He had built a philosophy: excellence through precision, luxury through innovation. The ghost of that philosophy still haunts every Cadillac ever made. Precision engineering had built Cadillac's foundation, but Harley Earl transformed it into art. The designer joined General Motors in 1927 with a radical proposition: automobiles should be beautiful, not merely functional. He established the industry's first dedicated styling department, and Cadillac became his canvas. In 1930, during the depths of the Great Depression, Cadillac unveiled the V16, a 7-liter engine producing 175 horsepower with such refinement that owners could balance a coin on the hood while it idled. The engine didn't roar. It whispered promises of effortless power. Only 4,000 were ever built, each one a statement that American luxury could match European grandeur. But Earl's true masterpiece emerged from the wreckage of World War II. Inspired by the Lockheed P-38 Lightning fighter plane, he sketched tail fins onto the 1948 Cadillac. The design transformed automobiles into sculpture, chrome-plated dreams that captured post-war optimism in steel and glass. By the 1950s, Cadillac had transcended transportation. Elvis Presley bought his first with earnings from early hits. Presidents rode in specially built limousines. Miles Davis referenced the brand in jazz compositions. The cars appeared in neon-lit driveways beside ranch houses and mid-century modern masterpieces, symbols that the American dream wasn't abstract. It was parked outside, gleaming under streetlights. Owning a Cadillac meant arrival, success made visible. The brand became shorthand for excellence itself, its name appropriated into language. The Cadillac of kitchen appliances, the Cadillac of hotels. The standard against which everything else was measured had become the standard of the world. The standard of the world wasn't marketing hyperbole, it was measured fact. By the 1920s, Cadillacs shipped to 53 countries across 6 continents. European aristocrats ordered them alongside their Rolls-Royces. South American industrialists preferred them to Mercedes-Benz. In cities from Shanghai to Sao Paulo, the distinctive crest announced American industrial supremacy had arrived. The innovation never stopped. 1940 brought hydramatic, the first fully automatic transmission offered in a production automobile. Drivers no longer wrestled with clutch pedals and gear levers. The car thought for them, translating intention into motion with hydraulic grace. 1953 introduced air suspension that adjusted automatically to road conditions, transforming highways into glass-smooth passages regardless of the pavement beneath. Power steering, power brakes, power windows, power seats. Each advancement removed another barrier between desire and reality. The technology didn't announce itself with complexity. It disappeared into effortlessness. A Cadillac responded to the lightest touch, the gentlest pressure, as if reading its driver's mind. This was luxury redefined through American principles. European brands offered handcrafted exclusivity, wood and leather assembled by artisans in small workshops. Cadillac countered with engineered perfection, mass-produced precision that made luxury democratic without diminishing it. The message resonated beyond automotive circles. American innovation could deliver both quality and quantity, excellence and accessibility. The slogan, "Standard of the World," adorned every advertisement, every brochure, every dealer showroom. It wasn't aspiration, it was declaration. Technology had become national identity, and Cadillac was its ambassador. The brand didn't just build cars, it built confidence that American ingenuity could solve any problem, overcome any challenge, lead any industry. That confidence would soon be tested. October 1973. The Yom Kippur War triggers an oil embargo that transforms American highways into anxiety-filled queues. Cars snake around city blocks, drivers waiting hours for rationed gasoline. The Cadillac Eldorado, with its 8.2-liter V8 engine, consuming a gallon every 8 miles, suddenly seems less like achievement and more like liability. Luxury had meant size, power, presence, attributes measured in cubic inches and curb weight. The embargo redefined the equation overnight. Efficiency became desirable. Restraint suggested sophistication. The values that built Cadillac's empire had become vulnerabilities. General Motors responded with downsizing, shrinking the flagship models that had defined American excess. But smaller Cadillacs felt like compromises, diluted versions of former glory. The 1975 Seville, Cadillac's compact luxury sedan, shared platforms with lesser GM divisions. Buyers paying premium prices discovered Chevrolet components beneath the crest. Quality deteriorated as corporate bureaucracy prioritized cost reduction over craftsmanship. Engines that once whispered began rattling. Trim pieces that once fit precisely now gapped and misaligned. The precision Henry Leland had obsessed over vanished into quarterly earnings reports. Meanwhile, Mercedes-Benz and BMW arrived offering different mathematics. Their vehicles were smaller, yes, but engineered with Germanic exactitude. They consumed less fuel while delivering more engagement. Luxury, these imports suggested, wasn't about dominating the road, it was about mastering it. American buyers, particularly younger professionals with international perspectives, began choosing three-pointed stars over Cadillac crests. The defection wasn't merely about fuel economy, It represented something more troubling, a crisis of confidence in American excellence itself. The standard of the world was being measured against new standards and found wanting. Desperation breeds mistakes, and Cadillac made them spectacularly. The 1978 Seville introduced a diesel engine option, a 5.7-liter V8 converted from gasoline architecture. The engines failed catastrophically, leaving owners stranded with cracked blocks and destroyed fuel systems. Lawsuits followed, but the damage to reputation proved irreparable. Then came the Cimarron in 1982, Cadillac's answer to compact luxury imports. Except it wasn't an answer. It was a question nobody asked. Beneath superficial trim differences sat a Chevrolet Cavalier, an economy car wearing a prestigious badge it hadn't earned. The base price of $12,691 bought neither luxury nor performance, just transparent cynicism. Buyers recognized the deception immediately. Design identity, once Cadillac's greatest strength, dissolved into generic shapes indistinguishable from lesser brands. The tail fins and chrome cathedrals had given way to anonymous wedges that could have worn any nameplate. Innovation stopped. Imitation began. The brand's image aged alongside its customer base. Cadillacs became cars for retirees, not achievers. Excess without purpose. Size without substance. What was once the dream car of presidents had become the punchline of comedians. Detroit itself mirrored the decline. Factories shuttered, neighborhoods emptied. The city that had built America's automotive supremacy crumbled into ruin, its abandoned buildings standing as monuments to squandered potential. Cadillac's fall wasn't merely corporate failure, it was cultural tragedy. The brand had represented American confidence, the belief that innovation and quality could conquer any market. Its decline suggested something more troubling, that America had stopped believing in its own excellence, content to coast on past achievements until foreign competitors proved nostalgia couldn't compete with engineering. 2003 brought the CTS, Cadillac's declaration that the past didn't define the future. Sharp angles replaced soft curves. The art and science design language rejected nostalgia for geometric aggression. Here was a Cadillac that looked forward, not backward. A sedan that could challenge BMW on handling rather than merely matching Mercedes on comfort. The V-Series followed, high-performance variants that proved American luxury could corner. The CTS-V packed a supercharged 6.2-liter V8, producing 556 horsepower, lapping Germany's Nürburgring circuit faster than cars costing twice its price. Cadillac returned to racing, competing in international motorsport series and occasionally winning. For a moment, Renaissance seemed possible. Automotive journalists praised the engineering. Younger buyers noticed. The brand that had seemed irretrievably lost showed signs of life. But competence isn't compelling. The CTS drove well. So did a dozen competitors. It looked distinctive, but distinctive isn't desirable. Cadillac had solved technical problems without addressing the deeper cultural crisis. The brand lacked gravity, that ineffable quality, making certain objects meaningful beyond their specifications. Germany and Japan had claimed luxury's high ground. Mercedes-Benz meant engineering heritage. BMW promised driving pleasure. Lexus delivered Japanese precision. Each brand carried clear identity, consistent values buyers understood intuitively. Cadillac offered confusion. Was it performance or comfort? Traditional or modern? American or international? The messaging shifted with each model year, each marketing campaign, each executive regime. Dealers sold capable vehicles nobody particularly wanted, engineering achievements without emotional resonance. The global luxury market had moved on, and Cadillac remained caught between what it was and what it hoped to become, excelling at neither. General Motors announced Cadillac would lead its electric transformation, the brand chosen to prove Detroit could innovate again. The LYRIQ arrived in 2022, a sleek crossover promising 300 miles of range and technology befitting the digital age. 33-inch curved displays replaced analog gauges. Over-the-air updates delivered improvements wirelessly. The vehicle felt contemporary in ways previous Cadillacs hadn't for decades. Then came CELESTIQ, a hand-built electric sedan priced above $300,000. Only 125 would be manufactured annually, each customized to individual specifications. The strategy mimicked European ultra-luxury brands, offering exclusivity through scarcity and bespoke craftsmanship, though craftsmanship now meant software calibration and battery chemistry rather than hand-stitched leather. The technology impressed. The LYRIQ drove smoothly, accelerated briskly, packaged innovation competently. CELESTIQ demonstrated GM could build expensive automobiles when motivated. Both vehicles worked as transportation appliances, but appliances don't inspire devotion. The question haunting Cadillac's electric future wasn't whether the engineering succeeded, it was whether anyone cared. Tesla had claimed electric performance, Rivian offered electric adventure, Lucid promised electric luxury. Each competitor carried clear identity, distinct purpose. Cadillac brought competence without compelling narrative. Detroit itself was rebuilding, downtown blocks transforming from abandonment into redevelopment. Museums displayed classic Cadillacs alongside contemporary art, celebrating heritage while acknowledging the present. The city and the brand shared similar challenges: magnificent pasts, uncertain futures, and the burden of proving relevance to generations who remembered neither the glory nor the fall. Innovation alone couldn't restore soul. Technology without meaning remained just machinery, however advanced. The standard of the world needed to stand for something beyond specifications. That 1959 Eldorado selling for $1.2 million wasn't appreciating transportation, it was preserved aspiration. Collectors weren't buying chrome and tail fins. They were acquiring artifacts from an era when American industry represented possibility itself, when Cadillac meant something beyond quarterly earnings and market segmentation. The brand's trajectory mirrors American industry's broader arc: invention born from obsessive precision, dominance achieved through relentless innovation, complacency that mistook past success for permanent advantage, and now reinvention attempted amid skepticism and foreign competition. Cadillac's story is Detroit's story, which is America's story: ambition and decline, triumph and tragedy, bound together in steel and memory. Yet the brand endures, not dominant, not prestigious, but present. Factories still operate, engineers still design. The crest still adorns vehicles, though fewer recognize what it once represented. Survival isn't victory, but neither is it surrender. Perhaps the electric future offers genuine renewal. Perhaps technology can restore what technology once built, or perhaps Cadillac remains forever caught between eras, too burdened by history to move forward, too diminished to reclaim past glory. The question isn't whether Cadillac builds quality vehicles. It does. The question is whether quality matters without meaning, whether engineering suffices without inspiration, whether a brand can matter when the culture that created it has moved on. Luxury was never the leather or the chrome. It was the belief that America could build the best. Cadillac's challenge isn't manufacturing cars, it's restoring faith in American excellence itself, convincing a skeptical world that the standard of the world still stands for something beyond nostalgia and faded dreams.